How many
You
weeks
know,
postpartum were you when you started? You were less than 12 weeks.
I had my baby February 2nd and we started April 6th. So I think I was 8 weeks postpartum.
8 weeks postpartum. And
Yeah.
what do you weigh today?
136.
Yeah. But this is like significantly more than just 136 and losing whatever the math is on that. This is body composition. Your body composition is completely different. Your face is completely different. Every time
Yeah.
I get on a call with you, I'm like, who is this? Whitney, welcome to the show. Guys, this is Whitney. Whitney kicks ass. She has been in Beyond Built for not over, literally a year.
1 year.
A year at
It's
this
our
point.
anniversary.
It is. It is. Happy anniversary. You
Oh,
started at 171 pounds, my friend.
you know,
Yeah. How many
you
weeks
know,
postpartum were you when you started? You were less than 12 weeks.
I was, I had my baby February 2nd and we started April 6th. So I think I was 8 weeks postpartum.
8 weeks postpartum. And
Yeah.
what do you weigh today?
136.
Yeah. But this is like significantly more than just 136 and losing whatever the math is on that. This is body composition. Your body composition is completely different. Your face is completely different. Every time
Yeah.
I get on a call with you, I'm like, who is this?
I feel like that was like the hardest thing for me when I was pregnant was I have always had a really lean face from when I started lifting. And so when you're pregnant, right, like your face gets very round. And you even can get things called pregnancy nose. And I did not look like myself. And so that was like one of the hardest, like, yeah, of course I gained weight. Most women gain weight when they're pregnant. But like the way my face changed, it was so hard for me to like look at myself in the mirror, get on Zoom calls, take pictures because it didn't look like me. Like I didn't see that person like looking back at me. So it feels good to that other people are noticing that, like, oh my God, your face is so lean. Because I'm like, thank the Lord, because this is how I see
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really cool. It's been so nice, like getting back to being a jacked human again. Like
Yes.
this is how I envision myself. This is
Yeah.
how I looked before pregnancy. I'm really excited with how my body composition has been changing, even post diet.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like the way I look post diet is like I'm like,
We didn't
so
even
what?
mention that part. I think we took you down to around 1550 lowest, and now you're
Yes,
about 2350,
yes,
24.
2350.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
And
I
you're
believe
up.
is where we started the diet at, or
Yeah.
like ended my last reverse.
Yes. 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 So your lowest of the diet was 133. You're 136, 137 right now. You look leaner than you did at 133.
Yeah, I look like a unit. Like everyone at my gym is like, you look so good. I'm like, thanks. I'm actually like eating a lot and like building muscle. It's been great.
And you're eating more food than you were at 171 pounds.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Which is pretty absurd.
Mm-hmm. But I
I,
just feel like my training is like so dialed right now.
yeah.
Like I'm like I've been pushing it. Like I'm still getting sore, and this is like what week 10 of this training program.
And we've only been training 4 days a week this entire time.
Yes,
And when we started, we went straight into heavy box squats for sets of five. Like we
bro.
focused on getting strength back, and it came back very rapidly. And it built us a very solid foundation to be able to go into an eventual fat loss diet and retain all of your mass through that, because we went in that thing strong. Like we did not go into fat loss postpartum weak at all because we built all of your strength back.
Yeah, and to think that I was box squatting at 5'2", 275 pounds for 10 reps, and you're still telling me it's not the correct RIR. I'm like, what? Which is because I actually box squatted through my pregnancy. And
Yeah.
I think the most weight I hit was 235 for like 4 sets of 8. And I thought I was strong then. So like to be freshly postpartum, I took 6 weeks off from training to recover.
Hmm.
And then to just be like hitting two, like that's absurd. That is just like insane. It was so
Yeah.
cool. It was so
We
cool.
didn't we didn't we didn't fluff around, We didn't
No, I don't
do
fluff around.
exactly. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
We're like, you got this. We're gonna get back in there. And I want you to talk about this aspect of it because you are someone who identifies yourself as an athlete, as a high performer, someone who wants to train hard, someone who wants to look the part. It's obviously part of your brand. That's why you got into coaching. That's why you are a coach. So take me through the identity piece. When you started seeing yourself gain weight through that pregnancy, how much of that identity did you start to lose? Like, what was the mental conflict that was going on? Like, what was that like?
Oh, wow. There's so many things. The first thing is like I trained through my entire pregnancy. I was very fortunate enough to be able to lift weights and do cardio through my pregnancy. Um, and I didn't think like I did stop tracking macros. Like I will 100% take ownership in that like I was not the best with my eating. And I thought I needed a break. I was like, I just came out of like competition bodybuilding and
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been tracking rigorously for like 5 years. Like, let's just take a break.
Mhm.
And part of me is mad at myself for doing that because it created so much anxiety for me.
Mm.
And I I felt out of control. So here I am working out, lifting 4 days a week, doing cardio when I can, getting steps when I can. But like every time I went to the OB, I was just like up in weight. Like there were times where I'd be like up, 10 pounds in a month. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Like I've never gained weight like this in my life. And I even said something to my OB like, hey, like, should I be concerned about this weight gain? Like, this is scary to me as a fitness and nutrition coach. And, they're just like, no, you're okay. This happens. You're small. And it really just ate at me. Like, it was so hard for me to coach my clients. I work mostly with women who are going through fat loss, so specifically women who are over 200 pounds and need to lose more than 30 pounds. Some, need to lose close to 50 to 100. And that's my specialty. And to hit 200 pounds, because I went from 133 to 200 pounds the week I delivered, I was like living a nightmare. I was like, I am going backwards and I'm now, in a way, lying to my clients because I am becoming who they are trying not to be.
Yeah.
And you kind of use the excuse of like, oh, you're pregnant, like you're pregnant, it's okay. You're eating for two. Oh my gosh, I will never say that to a woman.
Yeah.
And it ate at me inside. And like every time I went to the OB and weighed myself, it was just like I started to, fear the scale. I feared like, am I even qualified to be a coach if I'm like gaining weight like this? And I got asked so many times, like, how did you keep showing up for your workouts while you were pregnant? And I was like, well, like as a coach, I need to walk the walk. But I was only walking like halfway,
Yeah.
like I was showing up for my workouts, but then I was ordering Taco Bell and eating caliente and like not living, what I teach my clients.
Yeah.
And I had gotten so far away from who I was, I really thought I was not going to be able to get back there. And even when I got home postpartum, there's actually a picture someone took of me in the hospital where I'm holding Brindley in the bed. And I look huge. Like I did not recognize myself. I was like, is that me? Like, and that's really what motivated me to be like, okay, I cannot live this life. Like I know for a fact this is not who I am. And I am not staying here. I am making the decision now to get back to where I was because this is going to kill me faster than anything. Like this and the stress and the anxiety and the insecurity in my relationship, the insecurity as a coach, being like, oh hey, like this is how we lose weight, although I just gained 65 pounds, right?
Right.
um so yeah, there was just so much anxiety and insecurity, and it was really hard to show up for sales calls. It was really hard to even do client check-in calls because in a way I was living a lie.
That answers my question because I was going to ask you what made you jump into things 8 when most moms really delay because they're overwhelmed with the new life of being a mom for the first time. So, at 8 weeks, when you did join, did you have any of those thoughts in your mind that were like, oh, like I should do this later. I could do this later. I got this on my own now. Like what was coming up for you? Obviously, there's a lot of reasons why you did do it that you just expressed, but were there any reasons that were coming up for you like, oh no, I can wait longer? Because I feel like that comes up for a lot of moms.
To be honest now, like I actually started working out again before my 6 week doctor's OB appointment where they approve you because I immediately started doing pelvic floor core rehab 2 weeks postpartum. Um, to me, like obviously I want to look good, I want to feel good, but I am naturally a very high strung, angry person. And if I don't strength train,
Yeah.
like I will become the person that I don't want to be. Like I will lash out. I will start arguments. I am aggressive. And this is truly like how I get out my aggressive energy. And that's why I squat 275. Because and I've told you this, like every time I step into the gym, like I'm going to war. Like I'm going to war with myself. And
If I don't
so
give you barbell work, you're angry. You need barbells.
I do. I love barbells. Like I always have. I've been lifting them since I was 14. And so it was more of the sense of like I that 6 weeks where you're not allowed to do anything, they like barely you can barely go for a 5 minute walk, especially after having a C-section. Which let me tell you, a 5 minute walk was so hard.
Yeah.
I was going crazy. And like part of that is like the postpartum hormone shift, right? But I'm just like
Right.
crying all the time. I was miserable. I was like, I need to get out of this house. Like I'm not like a homebody. I need to get out of this house and go do something. Like I couldn't wait to get back to the gym.
Hmm.
And so I actually went and I deadlifted. And I told my OB, I was like, hey, she like knew me, but she's like, I know you're a fitness chick, right? And I was like, hey, don't be mad, but like I totally went to the gym yesterday and I'm good. Like I feel great. And I was easy. I didn't like go deadlift 200 pounds. Like I only deadlifted 95 pounds and I felt really good. And she's like, okay, like you're good. Like, you can go back to working out. And so even before I joined Beyond Bill, I was back to the gym. I did start 3 days a week before we started. And I
Yeah.
told you, I said, hey, I started 3 days a week because I needed to see like how this works with motherhood. Like I used to train 6 days a week and I knew that wasn't going to be possible.
Yeah.
And so we agreed on four. And that
Yeah.
was great because, I went from doing full body days, which are great, but like not my style,
Yeah.
to the four lower upper split. And yeah, I've been maintaining that. So,
You almost wanted to do a deficit. You were kind of on your own. You were thinking about putting
oh
yourself in a
yeah.
deficit right away, and I
So
was like,
yeah,
"Nah, I
what
ain't doing that
happened?
shit."
So what happened was is I got home from the hospital. I went from 200 pounds to 182,
Yeah.
and then I wasn't eating because like I had major abdominal surgery, right? And I had no appetite, which is not like me. I'm like a big eater.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had
Clearly.
no appetite like at all. And I was like, I just need to track my food and to see how much I was eating. 900 calories. I was eating, and I was breastfeeding. And I was like, oh my God, this is like not good. I need to eat.
Yeah.
So then Zach and I got a little more social. We started going out to eat and stuff like that. And so I tracked my food and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put myself at 1500 calories and I need to start reversing. And then, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I need to reverse myself if I'm only eating 900 calories.
Yeah.
And I tried. Like I was like, I need to reverse. I know how to do this. I've done this plenty of times. I used to coach myself, had a great physique when I coached myself. But part of me, that like bodybuilder in me was like, just start doing fasted cardio, just start eating 1200 calories. Like, and that's what I was like, I need to hire a coach. And that was like really where I was at in motherhood is like, you have so many decisions throughout your day as a
Yeah.
mom, and then you had 30 clients on top of that.
Yeah.
And then the business part of it, like, and I was like, I can't, and I wasn't checking in, like I wasn't doing like a check-in process for myself. And I was like, I need to just hire a coach. I need to offload this thinking for me because I
Yeah.
have too many things to think about
Yeah.
being a business owner, a coach, and a mom now. And that was the best decision I made for myself in motherhood was letting somebody else just tell me what to do.
You want to get real now?
Let's get real.
Yeah, we just
Hold
started.
on.
We
Let
just
me
warmed
sit.
up. We just warmed up.
You know I'm all gas, no brakes.
We have accomplished a lot, and there's a lot of success. And from the outside looking in, they'll see that. They'll see the transformation. They'll see the reverse diet. They'll see the successful fat loss. They'll see that you're still posting content consistently and calling forward moms. But let's be real, like, how hard has this period actually been? You've showed up as an athlete. You
Yeah.
haven't been missing. You know, sometimes you miss a cardio session and we push it back, and you text me and it's like, "Hey, Chad, I missed a cardio session." I'm like, "Thanks, Whitney. You're still not fired." Oh, hey,
You
like,
would never fire me.
yeah, I know. But for real, like, this is a brand new period of your life. It's a brand new season of your life. You're literally just figuring it the fuck out as you go. Like, how hard has this really been?
Oh my gosh, this has been the hardest, and if I cry, I cry, but this has been the hardest season of my life. And you don't realize how easy you have it when you don't have children. Like, and you hear that phrase all the time, like, oh, just wait till you have kids. And you kind of laugh at it.
Yeah,
And yeah, being a mother is an amazing thing, but I didn't realize the capacity that I was capable of until I had a baby. Like the amount of things I get done during the day is wild. And there are some days, like even like I was telling you, like last couple weeks, like where I would have these mental battles with myself where I'm like, am I cut out for this? Am I cut out to be a business owner, a mom, like all of this? It just sometimes feels like so much that like there really is no time. There's no time to twiddle your thumbs. I don't, I relax when I sleep type of situation.
yeah,
There's always something that needs to be done. There's things that don't get done. And sometimes that can just be so heavy. And really, what I've learned is like, okay, first of all, there's priorities, right? Like, if the dishes don't get put away, the dishes don't get put away. That's not a huge deal. Is it going to end in the world? No, probably not. I'd rather get my 20-minute cardio session. And so, kind of just like really stacking my priorities in a certain way. Like, okay, obviously my baby comes first, my daughter comes first, anything she needs. Like, she got sick this week. I missed my workout Monday because we had to go to the pediatrician. Fine, whatever. And then realizing like, okay, what of these priorities and tasks are the most important that are going to make me the healthiest, best version of myself? And, if we have a little mental B and we cry it out, we cry it out. Like that's okay. And you just
yeah,
keep moving forward. I've
yeah,
been telling myself this whole last couple weeks, like the show must go on, Whitney. You can't stop this. And even though there's been so many days where I'm like, I want to quit. Like I want to quit bodybuilding. I want to quit coaching. It'd be so much easier, right? But that wouldn't fulfill me. And I
yeah,
would regret that. And I would always be thinking, what if? What if I didn't give up? What if I just pushed a little harder and a little farther? And just like I said earlier, like this is a season. One day my daughter isn't going to need me as much. She's going to be even more independent. She'll go to school, she'll have friends, and there will be more time for me. And that's one thing that like really holds me into this is like this is hard, but when I get through it, it's going to make everything else so much easier because I didn't give up.
yeah. You also have not given up on your business. So tell
No,
me how showing up how you have as an athlete and a mom in this season of your life has made an impact on your business, because you just got over 100 scholarship applications. You have 30 calls on your freaking calendar this week. You're a year into being a mom, But tell me how showing up for yourself at the highest of levels has helped you in your business.
Yeah, so one, it makes me very relatable to the women I work with.
Yep.
And I am so grateful for my clients because there have been days where I'm like, hey guys, Brinley has 102 fever. Your check-in it's gonna have to wait right now. And they are so understanding and so supportive and so loving.
Yeah.
Even when I was like, hey, I cannot get Brinley to take Tylenol. Like she just keeps spitting it at me. Like, what do I do? You know, I have 10 women who are my clients that are like, this is what you do, this is what works. And like they keep me going,
Yeah.
right? Like I have had a lot of jobs. I've worked in sales. I've done a lot of different, very people-based businesses. And the relationships I have with my clients and the community that we have is really what keeps me going. And I'm like, I have to lead for them. I have to lead from the front. These are my girls. Most of my clients have been with me for over a year. Some are going on year two.
Mm,
And you know that when you have clients for that long, it's the relationship you share, it's very special.
yeah.
And I really can't imagine my life without them. And there's been so many times like, oh, just quit. And I'm like, but what else would I do? Like, this is what I do. This is
Yeah.
who I am. It is so strung into my identity that I'm like, I really don't know how to do anything else anymore. I've been
Yeah.
coaching since 2021 and I've been fully online since 2023. I really don't know like where else
Yeah.
I would go, how I would make money. Like this
Yeah.
is my life and I really don't want that to change. And showing up, you know, when I something that I say to my girls is like, when it's the hardest to show up, that's what matters the most because beautiful things happen when you work through self-doubt. It's magical when you can work through self-doubt and you find yourself on the other side.
Mhm.
And I have to remind myself of the things I tell my clients, I have to tell myself for my business.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this anytime I'm like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this, this is too hard, or why do these other coaches have it figured out and I don't? And I'm just like, no, Whitney, like get your head down, focus through this one day at a time, one task at a time, and like you will keep moving yourself forward. I have the habit of wanting to run up the whole damn staircase when I have to remind myself one step at a time, Whitney, one
Yeah.
foot in front of the other. And that has been like the biggest thing for me, like through this season, is like we're not running up the whole staircase, Whitney. Like we will get there. But right now you need to focus on what's in front of you, the task is that's in front of you, because that's what's going to drive you forward. It's not
Yeah.
thinking about the end goal. It's not thinking about, you know, the 30, 50K month. It's thinking about the day ahead of you
Yeah.
and then finding success in that. And then something else I tell my girls is you and I both know that motivation is the biggest scam that the fitness industry has ever sold.
Right.
There is no such thing as motivation. But one thing I believe is momentum builds motivation. And so when you start to find that discipline and you start to find that momentum day after day, step by step, that's where the motivation comes because you can see yourself doing it. And so that's really like what I hone in on. I'm like, okay, like what's one thing I can do to help me build momentum?
Yep.
Because once that momentum is there, it's addicting. You like
Yeah.
can't get enough of it. And that's why I ran the scholarship because I was like, what's something that I can do right now? I was like literally telling Zach, I was like, I need to do something like now. And I have an idea. And I was like, I'm going to do this. I haven't done this in 2 years. It's a very simple, easy, great strategy. It's been so successful for me in the past. And I already have everything built. So I'm just going to put this in now, literally like 2 days before I launched it. There was no
Yeah.
planning. It was like, we're doing this. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then I launched it and I was like, and I'll figure it out. I have 10 days to promote and then I have 10 days to figure it out, right? And it's been great. And
Yeah.
that's how I get through it.
Well, it's clear why it worked. If we look at our entire conversation today, you have led from a place of embodiment. Your content is your life. Like you literally have reels of Brinley in the stroller next to you in the gym. Like You're just bringing your camera along. You're sharing the real life insights about like what's going on. This is the season I'm in. This is how I'm navigating it. I'm right here with you. And so for 100 people to apply is quite literally a representation of how you've inspired these women in your audience over the course of the last year and how you've showed up. And it's like if Whitney can do it with everything she has going on right now, so can I, which is why you got those applications. And so you've done such a good job of being a great athlete and having that be the driving force of how you show up in your content because you live it. Everything that you preach, you live. Like you are the walking embodiment of your brand. There's no disconnect anymore from how you're showing up in your business, especially the way you felt throughout your pregnancy. So it's a huge 180 there. We've had some really valuable conversations as well and check-ins within the community on the calls that you showed up to. So this is a fitness coaching program first, but we've had some really productive conversations about business. So how have you found that support specifically inside of our container for the health of your business?
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember this because it was quite some time ago, like probably 6 months ago, but I was really having an identity crisis with my
October,
original.
November.
I think it was like around October, like, and I was having that identity crisis of
Hmm.
my brand, Glue Gangsters,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not like aligning with my brand. Like, I love my brand. It's cool. It's dope. It's literally trademarked and owned,
Yeah.
but it's not who I am anymore. And I'm having a hard time with my messaging, like getting that through. And I'm like, I've now that I've gone through this whole process, I'm a completely different person again. I feel like there's just been so many me's.
Yeah.
And you and I were talking about it, and you're like, listen, Glue Gangsters is a dope ass brand. And I was like, yes, it is. And I don't want to leave it. Like I literally own it, but it's not serving me anymore. And it's not serving my messaging. And it's not serving. And after doing market research on my followers and my clients, I was like, I work with moms
Yeah.
like that. And I am a mom. And that is who I'm speaking to because I am living it. And so, I did the 180 and I flipped. And you were like, Whitney, if you promote Glue Gangsters, you're still going to get moms. And I was like, I'm just going to 180 this shit. And I flipped it to Hot Mom Fitness, right?
Yeah.
And my messaging became clear. And that's when you saw the switch in content where I was like, and I think you told me that you're like, you need to show people what you do on the daily, Winnie, because you're so true to it. So you need to show people that you basically told me that it was my job to inspire these women. And I was like, bet, like, let's go. Like, let's do
Yeah.
this. Right. And I did. And I like fully stepped into that messaging and who I am and like what I'm going through. And the biggest feedback I get from people, even people who are like, I don't even know, are like, you have kept it 100% real since you were pregnant to now being a mom for a year. And that is like why I follow you. Like, I think it's so awesome. And like that, like, cool, yeah, I make money online. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
my life. But like to hear people give me that feedback that like I kept it real with them and I inspired them and I showed them, like that right there is priceless. That
Yeah.
will fill your cup up and keep you going, right? And the funny thing is, because remember, you're like, you're going to get moms. I'm getting girls who aren't moms. In my scholarship giveaway, do you know how many women applied that were like, hey, I'm not a mom. I'm a dog mom, but like, I think you're amazing and you get the best client results and yada, yada. And I was like, this is awesome. Like, and part of me like feared that was like, hey, like,
Yeah.
am I going to negate myself, like only messaging to
Yeah.
moms? But when you truly step into your authentic self, people are going to see that and they want that,
Yeah.
mom or not.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to step into the best version of themselves. And I thought that was really cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, like I still do work with women who are not moms.
Yeah.
My main focus is moms because I am a mom. And
Right.
I have plenty of women who are inside of my container that are not moms, or maybe
Yeah.
they want to be moms type of thing. So I think that is just like so dope.
Yeah. It's impossible to be your authentic self when you're not following through on
Yeah.
what your brand's about, what you do for other clients, what you ask your clients to do. It's impossible. The key to being authentic is being a great athlete, which is exactly what you've done. So,
Yeah, I think it's so important as a coach, if you're a leader in anything, but especially as a coach, you need to lead from the front.
Right.
You know, like you need to show your clients like, hey, this is how we do it, because how are they going to have full trust in you? And I said this before I even like became an online coach. The reason why I transformed my body and found bodybuilding was I used to ask myself all the time, like, how am I supposed to transform a client if I have never transformed myself? And so that's what really, I mean, obviously, I love bodybuilding. I've been around it for a very long time. I have friends that are really high up in it, but it was like, I need to do something hard that's going to make me so uncomfortable that transforms me so that when my clients are going through this, I can
Hmm.
understand them and I can help them and I can
Yeah.
talk them through this.
Yeah.
And I think that's the number one thing as a coach is like, if you have not transformed yourself, how are you expecting to transform your clients?
Right. If you can take yourself to extreme measures that most people never will get to, you can walk people through the shallow just fine. Yeah.
Easy,
And that's what you've
easy.
done. All right, my
Yeah.
friend.